it is a Metroidvania that costs $50, which feels like something from 20 or 30 years ago, but it also has a demo, which also feels like something from 20 to 30 years ago. So I'm
Mhm.
happy they
There,
did that.
there's something else though that we're neglecting to mention that might turn off a lot of players, and that's the aesthetic of the main character. That
Oh, yeah. Okay.
whack ass haircut that the man has. I mean, have we seen this, right? So like,
I wouldn't say it's
y-
whack,
y-
but I'd say it's
no, it
overused
is
at this
whack
point.
in the video game world. It is whack. IRL, it's okay for you to be rocking that, but I'm talking about in video game context. It's whack. I'm tired of it. Y'all gonna have to let me cook because these game devs need to learn a lesson. And I
Go
got
for
a
it.
couple of words that I need to share with them. So like
Let's do it.
Black Panther, that movie was released back in 2018. 2018, of course, was when the world was introduced to the Killmonger hairstyle made famous by Michael B. Jordan. And since then, these game devs, I don't know, they just got it like in their minds that everybody wants to be like Mike. Like Mike, if I could be like Mike, I was like Mike when I had that hairstyle back in 2018. I don't want to be like Mike no more. I want to be like Akeem. I'm tired of this. You see this movie. You see this movie, and then you want to emulate it. I don't know why. The Prince of Persia game. He's got the Killmonger haircut. In one of my favorite first-person tactical shooters, Valorant, Phoenix, that character is rocking the Killmonger joint. And then my personal favorite game of last year, Spider-Man 2, they slapped the haircut on my man Miles. Why they do
They
that
did.
to they butchered my boy. And in the upcoming DLC, the first DLC coming to Tekken 8, Eddy Gordo, that character has the same haircut. Now I got one question to ask you. Eddie, are you okay? Can you tell us that you're okay? Because the looks of your haircut, they butchered you with them dreadlocks, Eddie. And I don't mean to turn this into like a Michael Jackson parody song, but I'm just tired of seeing this damn hairstyle made famous by the other Michael permeating through some of my favorite video games. And I guess honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm just like disappointed because as a black man, you know, that has gone through several hair transformations just in my appearances here on camera at IGN. That alone should showcase the varied hairstyles that we're able to achieve. And honestly, while you know the Killmonger dreads, you know, they were once the new hotness, they're not the only hotness. Like we got cornrows, afro fades, longer dreads in which you can style in various ways, baby locks, finger waves, flat tops, short tops, mop tops.
Bald.
Y'all get all the tops. Now we need to
Bald.
tell the game developers to stop and just consult people with a little bit more melanin in their skin
Call Akeem.
on different hairstyles. Yes, call me.
Just look online.
1-800-IGN. I don't know what the number is. Do we have a number?
FaceTime.
I don't
him
think it's
so you
1-800
can-
IGN. I think you need like five or six more numbers there.
But they'll figure it out. Just call me. Seriously. Because I mean, honestly, it's infuriating to see
It is.
this one style, you know, throughout the industry when we're looking at these games. Like, and I know there was a lot of kerfuffle online when Eddie was revealed in, you know,
Mhm.
be the DLC in Tekken 8. Someone actually, you know, tagged me and Blessing to comment on this because it's like we're tired of this hairstyle. We have more options, you know, up top. And I just named a bunch of them.
It's like how for before this hairstyle, we black characters, you had a bald fade, a oversized fro, or cornrows. That was it.
Yeah.
And like it was like I don't know what game developer went to all these studios and be like cornrows is the main black hairstyle. Like there's so many different nuanced versions of hairstyles for black characters to have, and it's just really sad that they all leap to one and then it's like, oh, they did it, let's do that too. And it's like I get some of it is technology that's shared. Once you get the physics working, hair is nefariously hard to work in
Yeah.
games for the most part. But if you're putting all this time in to make all these, other characters' hair work with, there's a lot of women character that have really long hair and it's the physics on it are amazing. You could put that time in for black characters' hair as well.
Yes.
You know?
100%.
So like it's just one of those things, and like yes, like Akeem says, that got hot in 2018. And we know that it takes some time for things to go through game development. Like we said earlier in the show, it takes 5, 6, 7 years for a game to get made. So like we're now seeing this, but I'm hoping that like that means in the next year or two we're going to start to see other hairstyles.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
There's always those trends. Like there was a period, like I don't know what, 10 years ago, where like every video game dude just looked like Brian, where it was just like a bald, angry white dude.
Yep.
And he always have his like chin down on the box, or he'd be turned away. He'd be so cross, he'd be in the corner, be like, I don't even want to look at you. And he'd be like,
I think that was game developers being like, Jada's right. Making hair is really hard. Just buzz it, it, and we don't have to animate it. There's no wind effect. There's no nothing. He's just,
Give him a
we just
hat.
have to do some reflections on it, and then you're
just
good.
do hats. Just a game where no one has hair, just hats all over the place.
Akeem,
Maybe Prince of Persia needs to find his crown so he can cover up his whack hairstyle with the crown.
The Miles Morales one's especially kind of egregious because it's like to have a asymmetrical haircut that's that top heavy and then put a mask over it. Like you feel like you would have a bulge just on one side. You know,
exactly.
like it's.
And then later on in that game, he does design like a mask that kind of just has his hair out. And I'm like, he looks like he's the only one in New York with that hairstyle. I didn't see any NPCs rocking that. So it's like, dude, are you Spider-Man? No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about with that hairstyle on your head. I mean, the thing with Insomniac though, they can kind of explain it away because this is like the Marvel universe. So he could just say like, hey, yo, I saw Killmonger do it. How do you explain this in Tekken? How do you explain that hairstyle in Prince of Persia?
It really frustrates me with Tekken too because that's
I don't mean to get so upset about this, by the way. I'm so sorry.
No,
it's fine.
You're
I'm
good.
getting worked up about hair.
Like that's never been Eddy Gordo's hairstyle. As somebody who's mained Eddy Gordo for so many years through multiple Tekkens, like he's had different hairstyles, and like I get they're trying to modernize it and it's a different time period for this Tekken, but like, come on, man, just like you had a chance. You had such a good chance to
Akeem,
do something different.
I will say that in my late 20s, when I started seeing a doctor about my hair loss, he was like, one of the leading factors is stress. So I will say, I'm glad you're fired up about this, but be careful. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to split hairs about this and lose hair.
There it is.
I can't afford to, you know.